Pierre, I can't. I can't take the suit. I don't feel right. Stay with me.
I see it now. We were all so entertained. We didn't see what was getting ready in the shadow. Looks like scientific documents, but I can't decipher what's written. This nightmare again. I miss listening to Pierre. He always used crazy effects on his guitar. Pierre's tape collection. Insomnia will be a nice excuse to put it in order. Might even find some of the music he made for me. I could use the comforting. Damn. When dust settles on your sport trophies, it doesn't mean you are getting younger. Pierre's special mess room. I can't believe one can own so many trinkets. I remember he got stuck once when the electricity shut down in the city. I could use a good shower when this feeling of being observed will stop. It's good to keep some rituals. Dear toothpaste, you are breathtaking. Nah, maybe later. It's so dusty here. I could use a vacuum to clean the vacuum. My life turned into an item. Round and round we go, stuck at the same track. You come with me, my friend. It would get lonely without you.
One, two. 1, 2. That works? Okay. Damn machine. I'm finally starting to understand what's going on here with the electricity. A priori, everything revolves around the lighthouse. I consulted many old newspapers, and the village gazette told me that St. Exel was very poorly served by electricity and regularly suffered severe power cuts. I knew that it was a very isolated village, which is what makes it so charming, but I hadn't thought of that. Half of the articles in the Gazette are devoted to the inhabitants who, tired of the cuts, ended up installing small wind turbines for their homes. The other half is about the lighthouse, and that's where it gets interesting. I read that the mayor of the village had installed underwater turbines connected to the building, which are capable of producing electricity thanks to the movement of the sea. This has enabled the village to gain autonomy and to overcome the failures of the general electrical network. Anyway, I think it would be worth going to take a look at the lighthouse, because if the turbine system is damaged, it could explain why some electrical equipment is out of order while others are still working. I'll tell you what I found. Fourth day that I'm stuck. I'm not gonna make it, Pierre. They terrify me. I don't know what to do. They hunt me like an animal. They have taken on a human form, but there is nothing human about them. They come out of nowhere without you expecting it and materialize in a kind of elusive black vapor. And I can't do anything against them. I don't know how to fight them. I found a weapon, but I'm struggling to use it, and I'm always out of bullets. There's even more of them at night. They swarm like cockroaches. I have to shut myself up at home as soon as night falls. And they prevent me from leaving this cursed village, Pierre. As soon as I try to leave St. Exel, they arrive by the thousands, and they get me. If they catch me, I wake up in my bed and it's been hours, maybe even a whole day. I'm their prisoner. I would like to tell you about the bracelet you gave me right after we arrived here. You found that gem on the beach and crafted it into this beautiful piece of jewelry. You told me that you felt that this pebble had something special, that it radiated. Well, you were right, you know. He protects me from the monsters I told you about. If I smack it against the ground, it produces a shock wave that violently repels ghosts. Sometimes he can even dissolve them when they attack me. He is so strong that I decided to name him Rocky, since it's a rock. But Rocky is also a sensitive guy, you know? He doesn't like explosive noises. If I shoot a gun in his ear, he can even start a thunderstorm. At that moment, I feel transported to another reality, to another time. Once calm returns, I have the impression that it only lasted a few seconds, whereas about 15 minutes had actually passed. Better tease sparingly. Sometimes I feel like he's almost alive. He gets lazy at the end of the day, especially if I made him work a lot. But, hey, nothing a good night's sleep can't fix. Anyway, all that to say that he reminds me a bit of you. It's probably silly, but I feel like you're watching over me through him. And that helps me hold on. I can't take this dream anymore. I wake up in this dusty, tunnel-shaped cave. It is essentially made up of some kind of light-absorbing rocks, like the ones the insides of a planet would create. I go through this hallway and come across the ghosts that haunt me. But this time they don't try to catch me. There are also military and scientific equipment. I can't tell if they are studying or planning to attack something. A sheet of heavy smoke waits for me at the end, and it's too thick to see behind, and I'm attracted like a moth is to light. The closer I get to the exit, the more I hear ringing. until I realize it's my alarm and I wake up like nothing happened and at the same exact hour as usual, 8 a.m. If somebody finds this journal, I've gone nuts apparently. Do what you want with that information or shove it somewhere warm.
Oh, forgot I found this old journal around town yesterday. Apparently they installed a secondary generator in the old lighthouse years ago. The extra current could help me out in my search for the other inhabitants. Let's check it out today. Brand new. And a superb tool to stay busy. If I get you back, I'll let you have the remote. I promise. After each storm, all you have to do is stoop to collect wood. Free heating. Another undeniable friend. Would be easy to get lost without it. A little perfection for the road. Since the day of the attack, I stopped counting. Not sure it matters anyway. I forgot it was here. Well, now I can clean the first one. At least I know I can always find the things I leave in here. I can't believe we moved with all these books. The worst part is, we most likely have doubles. I left my gun in the shanty yesterday. Time to get it back. It's probably dry now. Without you, I wouldn't stand a second out there. Last time was very close. I need to keep up with my training. The former owner had to do a lot of tinkering to screw up such a mess. Can't open without more stable electricity. Nothing interesting in this old garage anyway. Time to shoot some cans. Let's start with the red one. Or the yellow one. Nah, the blue one. Definitely the blue one. Good to go. And the last one. Now, let's warm up for some dodging. Okay, I'm ready. Now! Better be faster. Now, rappel training. Next time, you will think twice about getting in my safe space. I'm glad this thing recharges during the night. With all... Training's over. Getting out there seems a little bit less scary now.
Te revoilà. Mange un grand bol de spécial crabs avant et après t'être lavé les dents.
This watch creeps me out. I love the atmosphere of the streets of the village with this staging. Too bad this is now linked to where my nightmare started. The access is condemned at the top. I loved that statue. Well, before the cult vandalized it. Nah, nothing of interest in these cars. The soldiers were perfectly organized and cut off all access. We had almost zero chance of escaping this mass kidnapping. Like sheep in the dark. Completely locked. The current is feeble in this part of town. Without the additional generator, most of the electricity is very unstable. Why did they have to attack during the fair? It's my favorite event in this damn village. Pierre, where are you? It won't open from this side. Ahead, Boisseau's Park in the beach. Left, St. Exel's Church. They really wanted to prevent us from following them. I better be home before the night. La Vieille Chaloupe, restaurant and brewery. Fresh fish straight from the port. I sure hope the products are fresher than this poster. Left, the White Manor and the lighthouse. Thomas Levin's. Fixing pipes is all right. Now try with my life. When things get back to normal, you'll have plenty to do, my friend. I'm gonna need the key. The door is locked up. This numpad is not working. Like most things in the city, it is lacking juice. You again! Learn your lesson. At the edge of this cliff stands the famous flower house of St. Exel. It was given by its owner to the village, which still contributes to maintaining the quality of its gardens. Still inhabited, the building is regularly open for heritage events. Apparently someone was moving when everything stopped. This door has no handle. I wish I knew how to care for such beauties. This door can be unlocked from the other side. When you care for plants, time flies. I wish it was that simple. The lighthouse! I'm getting closer. Completely locked. In a different scenario, I would have stayed here for hours with a book. You have to admit, the view is quite nice. Left, the White Manor and the lighthouse. Right, St. Exel. Attention, following the latest storms, the coastal path is damaged. Certain trees marked with an orange cross present a risk of falling on hikers and must be felled. These can fall due to the slightest gust of wind. The village really isn't investing in its infrastructure, and storms make it even more problematic. This tree was marked to be felled. It could make a nice bridge. It's hurt, but that won't be enough. A storm could help. Well, it doesn't seem to have awakened them. Psilocybe phosphorus, recognizable by its phosphorescent dress. It made its appearance a short time ago in the region of St. Exel. With its lightning growth capacity, it is able to grow in a single day. Ripe, they can be enjoyed by some coastal birds. Interesting. Maybe I should gather some of these. Hope the police will not catch me with these shrooms. This door can be unlocked from the other side. I think I'm going to need a lever. This road seems to lead to the White Manor. Le Scale, Sailor's Aperitif. Available in all grocery stores. I hate this drink. Ugh, too bad I don't have change for these tourist traps. This tree couldn't resist the force of the last storm. This buoy clearly defines what St. Exil is. A small, isolated fishing village where time seems slowed down or even frozen. A usually calm place where the haunting sound of the waves punctuates your day. Happy to see some boats were spared by these mad cultists. This door requires electricity. Someone stole the circuit breaker. Left, Point du Mal. Right, St. Exil's village. Straight ahead, Lichra. You are facing the lighthouse named Le Crane. The lighthouse was built in 1835, a veritable directional beacon for the sailors of the coast of St. Exil. It was nonetheless decommissioned in 1983. It is only in 1988 that Le Crane was put in service again, welcoming a hydraulic generator that supplies the village. It's like someone just came for this incredible spectacle and forgot his bicycle. But these things were not here before the attack. Access to the top of the lighthouse is condemned. Apparently, multiple people were working here. Why did you have to be so grim? Because of recent events, a lot of circuit breakers were stolen from the electrical gates. While we wait to receive more, we keep the last one inside the equipment locker. In the meantime, don't hesitate to use the same one on different gates. A bit unexpected for a lighthouse. These cables go all the way to the ceiling. This is where the electricity of St. Exil is largely generated. The turbine shouldn't be too far. Nothing. Looks like a lot of security for simple maintenance equipment. It automatically locked the doors behind me. The valve is missing here. This panel seems to monitor the pressure within the turbines. Only the first one appears to be working correctly. Local police apparently suspect the cult has started kidnapping people. It is indeed curious so many people would disappear without leaving a note. Their last ritual site is located near the lighthouse, at the Point du Mal. Might be worth checking out. Left a note for his coworkers. Franck is so fed up that we keep forgetting his birthday that he has set the day and the month as the padlock code. Can someone change that back to the inauguration date? watchtower schedule and system monitoring. The entire workforce is listed on the board. Something is written here, too. Could anyone pick up Frank's shifts for the upcoming weeks? It's a bit much for just a common lighthouse. I can probably restart the system from here once the pressure is fixed. Nicholas system? That's probably where the town's additional current is monitored. So they had to make space for these machines? They do not seem to belong in a lighthouse. Good thing nobody can find them here. It's completely dark in here. So, what is your code, Frank? All right. It's completely stuck. Should work better with that on. Documents on this desk look much more confidential than the previous ones. This place appears to be a government cell dedicated to recording underwater sound activity off the village. And this has been going on for a while. But I don't see what they're trying to find. They appear to be studying something at the bottom of the sea that is moving at precise coordinates. On April 17th, 1991, they recorded a signal which they define as organic. The signal was recorded on a cassette to be sent urgently to the DGSE because this would jeopardize the military security of the country. But one of the lighthouse maintenance staff apparently stole the tape. They quickly managed to identify him and where he lives. Wait, this is my house. Let's put on some music. I can still picture the fishermen landing their daily catch of crabs and fish. Now that the town's current is better, I can access the house's attic again. I almost never set foot in here. There's gotta be something. Nothing. Wow, a projector. I thought I would forget its existence with my school years. What is it doing down here? What? What is that? I can't believe all this was under the house. What was he doing here? Wait, isn't it exactly the same gem I have attached on my bracelet? Where did he find it? He was apparently willing to ship it to be analyzed? Let's shed some light on this.
If you're listening to this, you are probably the person sent by the office to continue my investigation. Well, at least I hope. My name is Matthew Banks, and I started this work about a year ago. As stated in my previous reports, I infiltrated the lighthouse last month, but they just found out that a tape was missing, and I think they're on to me now. I used to borrow tapes during the night, but this time they noticed before I could bring them back. I didn't have time to use the new filtering machine, but I left the tape inside it. I hope it's safe there with you. Since I have to leave, I prepared the way for you, and I have regrouped all of my ongoing work onto 3 different boards, each including a guiding tape. The first one gathers my studies on the audio signal coming from the oceanic floor. which was the reason our interest was piqued by St. Exel in the first place. The second board will give you more details on the local cult, whose believers call themselves the Devoted. The third board is about Operation White Medusa, which is probably why you're here now. We are now definitely forced to recognize that the village of St. Exel is the center of great political and scientific interest, as we first suspected. I hate to leave like this, but I'm afraid my time has come. During the last 2 weeks, the lighthouse had trouble acquiring new information from ashore. Apparently, some kind of technology has been jamming their signal. Is there some kind of expert trying to hack the operation? I'll leave it to you to find out.
Passports? Money from different countries? This man was not your usual anybody. Oh. And there's also boat tickets to leave for Plymouth, England. He was planning on leaving, just wasn't sure when. What is this folder? Your next objective. I'll study that during the night. A bit of reading always helps.
In 1977, an ultra-low frequency sound was picked up by scientists south of the Atlantic Ocean. But no one succeeded in identifying the structural composition of this acoustic phenomenon, and many theories were put forward. Spy submarine, human aeronautical activities on the surface, or even tests of explosives resonating through the abyss. The case remained closed for 2 years until a second sound was recorded 2,000 kilometers from Namibia. This time, the subject worried specialists. The position of the two recordings suggests the movement of something. In 1984, the sound was picked up again, several times around the Bermuda Triangle. Governments in many countries decided to classify all information about this issue as confidential, and the general public was kept away. While tracking other countries' progress, our secret services discovered in '86 that the French government was particularly interested in the matter, and that they put in motion a special program called Rorqual, a scientific project mainly dedicated to the understanding of unknown oceanic noises. We then decided in 1987, based on what we found in the village of St. Exel, and considering that this last signal was recorded off the coast of French Brittany, that it made perfect sense for me to start our investigation here. During my time, I discovered a platform for listening and monitoring seismic activities at the heart of the lighthouse. Only recently, and thanks to an information trading deal I made with the cult, I got myself recruited there as a maintenance agent. It allowed me to find that the lighthouse crew is, in fact, following the movement of an object which turns out to be a French military submarine. So was it only a submarine that we tracked from the beginning? But its movements are inconsistent. How did it produce this noise that we regularly pick up? I copied a lot of tapes and left them inside the hideout, but they're all still encrypted. I was hoping to get more information from it, but I spotted a car in front of the house tonight, and it's clearer than ever now that my time to leave has come. Infiltrating the cell in the heart of the lighthouse made me realize that the French government is very concerned about the development of the situation here in St. Exel. The development of the sect, as well as the growing anomalies observed in the population and nature, are monitored in a sustained manner. They came to realize that if they do not act, this situation will eventually draw the attention of the entire country to St. Exel. I had, in my hands, documents detailing an operation called White Medusa, the purpose of which was to methodically isolate and capture everybody in the village. Do they think that the people here are all sick or contaminated with something? Or do they mean to sweep this affair under the rug? They seem to foresee two possible scenarios for carrying out Operation White Medusa. As if by coincidence, there are incidentally two events which attract almost all the population in the same place. The village festival, which takes place during a whole weekend, or a fair organized by the village school. I was able to reconstruct on the map the assaults considered in each of these possible scenarios. A large number of troops will be deployed, and they can easily prevent anyone from escaping by blocking the main accesses and roads. They will proceed using heavy trucks and toxic gas to control and direct the crowd toward them. The inhabitants of St. Exel have a Damocles sword over their head, but they don't know of its existence, nor when it will fall. In many areas, the life in St. Exel has deteriorated sharply in recent years. Local studies tend to show that nature has adopted an abnormal behavior. Some species started proliferating more than before, while others suffered the opposite effect. Some animals became aggressive towards humans, and some bird species completely migrated and left the region for good. We've also seen a lot of upheaval in the behavior of inhabitants of the village and their health. Ultimately, it led to many people leaving, which left only the ones who didn't have a choice. A real change is taking place, and no one seems to understand where it's coming from. Additionally, these extraordinary happenings have been rumored in the region, which isn't improving the situation. The village has become a place of attraction for people bathed in pseudosciences, esoteric and the occult, to say the least. They now see this place as a central home to their mythology. One movement eventually took over the others and established itself as the popular cult, the Devoted. They managed to obtain this importance by being omnipresent in their protests. They vandalized sites in large areas surrounding the village, which made the local press very keen on showcasing them, and ultimately helped a great deal in converting more people to their cause. According to my research, it is governed by a certain Aurora K. I couldn't find a lot of information regarding her, but managed to steal some pictures by following her after a public meeting with the population. She built her movement on the belief in the existence of an abysmal entity which would sow its harmful influence over the region and towards the inhabitants of St. Exel. To calm this underwater entity, they tirelessly seek the culprits for this curse. They unearth and send ashore on deteriorating ships coffins containing the bodies of people who have always lived here. If the boat returns and runs aground on the coast, the person and their family are pardoned. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like they've shifted into high gear by sending people who are still alive to sea. These are just rumors, and people who go missing may have simply decided to leave the area. They never communicated their plans with me regarding the future of their protests, and I'm not sure where they'll meet yet. My theory is that they'll probably regroup either near the White Manor or the local church.
A submarine? In danger? What was the lighthouse doing? It looks like some of Pierre's homemade music for me. I thought it was lost since the moving in. I love that music. Let's put on some music. My lava lamp. I love it. Pierre probably hid it here, out of reach. Can't believe he'd think it's just a passing trend. Poor guy never understood anything about home decor. This suit. I was in the attic with him when everybody disappeared. I remember wearing it, but we just had one. Honey, I finally finished my restoration project for this arcade machine. And I've got a challenge for you. I know you love a good one, so try to beat my best score. You will win something I'm sure will bring back good memories. voice still echoes in my head. I need to know more. Let's find that antenna on the village beach.